Very nice. Welcome back to the Empty Heads Podcast.
Woo! Sorry, volume warning. That was really loud.
We're trying to hype up our good friend Sebastian, who is on my couch. No, completely knocked out. It's just, he's dead.
Sebastian.
Oh, okay. I knew he was gonna do it.
This is
That's ruining the.
Yeah, that is. Oh, it's like echoing. Can you stop that, Seb?
What happened here?
That was me screaming.
Is that your intro to the pod? You gonna say anything? Something?
Here we have the sounds of the Alaskan rainforest.
The Alaskan rainforest?
Shit.
You fucking...
I meant the Amazon rainforest.
Those are whale sounds too, you fuck. Everything you said about that was just completely wrong. Completely.
I couldn't hear it, so I just said what...
Seb is coming off an emotional roller coaster of Invincible. I mean, he was crying earlier, just very sad. And he worked a big 6-hour shift today. He's laughing right now. He's wearing a blindfold. He's trying to sleep on the podcast. He's got a big smile on his face.
This is a sleep episode.
Yeah. He's playing whale noises. He's just ruining the audio.
Imagine...
This is a good bit, though. I like the commitment
Imagine you're sitting on a beach and you're relaxing. Have you ever listened to one of those sleep tapes?
No.
Or like those, like... Sebastian, have you ever listened to one of those sleep tapes? Okay, he's still not paying attention. So, Garrett... I hate whale noises. There's no way people listen to that shit and find it comforting.
Lakers lead at half.
Who are they playing tonight?
The Kings.
Boo.
And
Boo.
LeBron is back, baby.
Woo!
And
LeBron
Anthony
James.
Davis.
Woo!
En
Anthony
route
Davis.
to another title. Let's go, baby. Woo!
Today I saw a guy. Okay, I listen to Rain when I can't sleep. That's good.
Yeah, I like this video as well.
Alright, so this is in fact the sleep. This is probably don't play something else. Oh my god.
What? That was an ad. That wasn't intentional.
I wonder if these rain sounds are copyright. They probably are now. What are you playing? Okay. Wow. Sebastian's disappointed.
Two can play at that game, Sebastian. If we're gonna play noises on the podcast, then I'll just play farts.
So, do you guys have anything that you want to talk about?
Sebastian, tell us about your day. Don't do it. Don't do it. I want to hear about your day. If you're gonna play,
He's gonna be like Bumblebee,
rain noises.
where he just does Bumblebee radio sounds.
I think the people want to know about your day.
Gesundheit.
Oh, it's bad luck to sneeze on the recording.
Is it?
It's a curse.
Who gets the? Do we all get the
cursed by
curse,
the
or is it just you?
ghost.
Or does the
The podcast.
Garrett, what you got to curse us like that for?
I didn't make up the rules. Somebody else's
No,
curse.
that's definitely copyright.
All right, cut it off before it starts. That was your day. All right, fantastic.
Hey, stop.
If you cut that at a certain length, it's not.
Yeah, I think that was short enough, so it's not going to be detected.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be
Yeah, he
copyright
does.
strike?
He wants
You fuck.
He wants that.
I don't think our mics picked it up that much, so I could just cut off your mic if it's
Too much.
too much.
What'd you think of the episode? Of
The latest
Invincible?
episode of Invincible, the season
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah.
I thought the season finale was pretty good.
I agree.
It was. I liked. Okay, well, yeah, we talked about it last week. How we were like, I was like, oh, are the Viltrumites bad? And Sebastian was like, of course they're bad, but you didn't hear him say that, so it was slightly ruined for me. But I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Context clues all point to that.
Yeah.
And I was completely right. They are just conquerors.
Yeah, right? It's pretty awesome though. Like
he says it in the Alien Invasion episode that he's like, Earth is not yours to conquer. Like
that's true.
Mine.
Yeah.
So you just gotta pick up on the clues.
And he was beating the shit out of Mark. That was crazy. Was he crazy. You really think like he would have killed his son? Probably not.
No, we saw it. He didn't.
He called his wife a pet. That was that was crazy.
That was fucked. That was the most that line just blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, that's so fucked.
Jeez.
And I knew that it was gonna set Mark off too. Like,
of course, it's his mother.
Get a couple of good punches in before getting the shit beat out of him. Oh my god, the moment the train tracks, like...
Oh, yeah, in the subway station?
Spoilers. I mean, it's spoilers every week, so I don't know what you guys expect when you listen, but...
No, that episode was, like, so... It was very heavy-hitting. Like, it was just so much crazy shit. And, like, you know, Omni-Man, he's crazy.
The animation is, like...
It's pretty good.
Astoundingly good. At times, sometimes it's, like, a little bit iffy. Like, there's the shots of people running away. I don't know if you...
Yeah, those look weird.
Those looked weird.
They kind of looked like they were CG first.
Well, they were like 3D for like a second for just that shot, and then a couple other shots. But everything else is obviously like the same animation. Mm-hmm. But boy, do they nail it!
Yeah, I think the voice acting is like the cherry on top. Of
the show. J.K. Simmons,
it's so good.
Especially
they do such a good job. All of them are really good. Sebastian is just nodding in agreement. Speak, man.
He's committing to the bit. He's gonna drop a word.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. I was expecting him to drop a word.
I like the fight scenes.
I like the fight scenes.
I was trying to stay silent the whole episode. I thought it'd be a good bit.
Oh, sorry.
And then the next week, I'm like, guys, I wasn't there in the last one.
And it was just me and Eamon playing those noises
and yelling at each other about it.
Sebastian, say something.
That is a good bit.
What else I watched
Alan
that episode
the
like 3 in the
Alien.
morning. Alan the Alien, yeah.
That was cool.
Seth Rogen is back.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
It's like, there's a Viltrumite.
I mean, there's so much about that episode that you could get into the nitty-gritty of, like...
Right, yeah.
Apparently some people have an issue with the animation.
I watched, like, this YouTube video of, like, animators, and they have an issue because it's, like, some of it's very just, like, static.
There was one particular moment, I think he was telling, like, the Viltrumite story, and it was just, like, one frame for a couple seconds.
And it just panned over the frame as opposed to just, like, you know, proper animation.
But, like, their clothing, and then, like, the next shot, it would be, like, one frame, but they'd add some, like, billowing effects in the clothes.
Right, yeah.
Which is kind of jarring, because it was like, well, why?
I think with that, it's just, like... the way the story is being told, like in movies, they'll show like still frames and stuff.
No, I didn't care.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't.
I think because they're trying to go for like a slightly. I mean, obviously they're trying to replicate the comic look, so it makes sense.
DC animated.
Yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. So it makes sense that it's like a little staticky comic book looking.
There's a funny scene in the comic. Have you gotten the comic yet?
I haven't got it. Next week actually it comes in.
Well, I won't spoil it then.
Okay.
But yeah, it's weird that people have an issue with it because it's like 90% of the time it's like top tier stuff. They're paying a lot of money for it to be animated the way it's being animated.
Yeah, I mean it's just
Amazon, like
it's people's preference.
Yeah, no, but it's a lot of it's the people who are like, oh, Japanese animation is king or whatever. You know, U.S. animation doesn't stand up to it, but it's like a Korean animation studio.
Yeah,
so like, what is the argument? It's just American cast and American produce, but the animation is not like American.
Right.
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
It's good animation though.
Yeah.
You ever done some animation, Seb?
I did a little bit for an assignment at art school when I was at art school.
How was that?
I kind of fucked it up and like ran out of time and stuff. And didn't like really get to do what I'd been planning. And then like at one point, it was like the night before I was going to turn it in, and I had a thumb drive connected to my laptop, and the thumb drive had all the animation frames in it. And I dropped my laptop, and it fell on the thumb drive, and it snapped it.
Oh, wow.
So I lost like most of the frames, and I had to just loop a lot of the
That's tragic.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Damn.
Big time.
But whatever.
It is what it is.
So tired.
I'm very tired. I'm not usually tired.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
You're the energy of the podcast.
I'm trying to drink. I'm drinking a Coke. Maybe that'll.
Did you have a Red Bull as well?
Mm-hmm.
All the stimulants.
Yeah, I'm trying, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I understand.
See.
Jerked off right before I came here,
Okay. No,
So-
you didn't have to mention that.
and it was weird because
You know.
I finished really hard and
Okay.
and I saw like a blinding flash of light. And my vision went blue, and I was like, did I break my brain?
I thought we were talking about the show.
It was right after I'd watched the show.
That's horrible. What the hell?
Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
No, that's good. Oh, we didn't talk about the finale of the other show, or did we? Captain Falcon and... Oh, wait, we did. We did talk about... Yeah, we
did talk
those
about
things.
it.
Sorry.
We like the
Like,
fights.
We like the fight scenes. Yeah.
We like the fights.
Yeah, we like the
I was
fights.
gonna ask episodes ranked like for
Oh.
Invincible. Well, where would you go with that?
I think episode 7 was my favorite.
Favorite? All right.
And then probably episode 8. And then, like... I don't know. I like the first one. Mainly because...
First
of the
one's
end,
one of the best ones.
where they...
I enjoyed the one
Kills
with the
everyone.
team of bad guys. I mean,
With
yeah.
Battle Beast and Machine Head.
Mhm.
That one's a good one.
But maybe this last one was my favorite.
Could that lion guy, like have a tussle with Omni-Man, or would Omni-Man just tear his bones out?
I think he could.
think
I
you
don't know.
Maybe have a tussle with them.
So like the way they describe it after like the post credits of that episode, like when they're testing Mark's blood,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because they're trying to figure out like some way to stop Omni-Man.
Right. And other...
And he's
potential
like, they're
Viltrumites.
because he's like the blood is practically like immune to everything when they're testing it. And since Battle Beast put a fucking hole through Mark, I imagine he'd at least like put up more of a fight than anyone else we've seen against Omni-Man. I'm not sure if he'd win, but like given that he just completely destroyed somebody who's supposed to be invincible, like I think you could easily tussle with him, but I don't know.
I like the bit where Mark flew up into space and his clothes burned off.
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
awesome.
I like the little details. The part where he like caught the building, and then since like all the pressure, the sound wave, all the glass shattered.
Oh yeah, that was
pretty
great.
neat,
That
yeah.
was awesome. For me, I'd probably go 7. 7 was just like so climactic.
Yeah,
and
it
like
was so
amazing.
much,
I'd probably go the Machine Head one, the finale, and then episode 1.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good ranking.
the finale it hits on a lot of emotional beats, but
They did
like
that was like a
you're
fucking-
mostly watching Mark just like get his ass completely kicked. So it's
Dad.
kind of rough. It's like kind of a rough watch because he's just getting destroyed. Especially the subway scene where he's basically used as a weapon to just
murder a
murder
bunch
an
of people.
entire just train of
did
people. Like
a 9/11.
I know
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was. There's so much death
Okay,
in that scene.
he got punched from like what I assume was the middle of the U.S. through a building in Chicago and just slid down this entire street, bringing up like a wave and just like killing a bunch of people
yeah,
too.
It's crazy.
It's insane. The way they depict his power is just like on another level. It's awesome. It's amazing.
And it's one guy. It's one Viltrumite.
Yeah,
What if the whole squad pulls up? Like it's over.
exactly.
You think like, okay, I don't know. if
My
this is how-
prediction. I'm just kidding.
let him and say.
I don't know if
Go
this is
ahead.
what it is in the comics, but like obviously Cecil is like in the Pentagon. It's like the U.S. government.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like they told other governments like, okay, so we know for a fact a massive alien race is gonna try coming and taking over the planet? Like,
Well,
do you guys want to work together on
they're
this?
they're like the Global Defense Agency. So like even though Cecil's the head of it, it's probably because you know the U.S. as we know it is the world power. But I imagine what they haven't showed is that there's other representation of countries because it's the GDA.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Makes
mean?
sense, Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't know if that's something that they'd ever go in depth in or like whatever. But you'd assume just from the name that that's probably the case. But who knows? But
I think it'd be pretty neat. Get a bunch of heads of state. bickering over how they're gonna die or whatever.
What do you think will happen next season or the subsequent season?
I think obviously they're gonna go back to Mars because they showed at the end of the last episode like the little squeeblies or whatever they're called taking over Mars.
Yeah, the squeeblies.
What are they called?
I forgot what they were called.
They're not called
Squeebly beeblies.
Okay, and then
It's gonna be so quiet.
the other aliens, the portal ones. You look like you're gonna pass out, man.
Just keep going.
It's okay. The other aliens, like the ones that Omni-Man like destroyed their planet, they were obviously like doing something else.
Yeah.
If
So
I pass out, it's content.
It is content. So it's just gotta be like immediately like more space stuff. Like
Yeah, definitely. I think my prediction for it is they're obviously gonna revisit like Viltrum and whatnot, and I think if Omni-Man left his post and I assume he probably wouldn't go back to his homeworld because he's the only one to leave his post, so he'd just be like, he'd be a loser there, and they'd like try and execute him or something. I assume like that would be the case, right? Based on like the surface level knowledge we have of their society or whatever. I think what's gonna happen is that they're gonna send more Viltrumites to Earth, and Mark won't be able to stop them, and it's gonna be a last second ex machina. Omni-Man saves them, dips out, just because he's changed to the point where it's like obviously he can't just go back to his society, but he can't just leave Earth like by itself.
Yeah,
because he's got something there.
Because this is about where I've gotten up to in the comics, so I don't really know what's gonna happen next. I feel like a lot of deep space stuff.
Yeah,
because they're mentioning this like war with the Viltrumites and like the people that Alan the alien.
The like alliance of planets or whatever, coalition of planets.
So maybe those guys will pull up and help them fight the Viltrumites.
I love that they've set up basically
Star Wars.
No, like sci-fi plus like superhero stuff.
Right, yeah, it is pretty
and
good.
It feels very grand. You know what I mean?
It does feel grand.
Yeah, just like a grand scale, like with
a
like
grand old time.
With like the MCU, you catch glimpses of it in Guardians, but it's not as like realized or as like in that direction as say like a Star Trek is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like full into sci-fi. There's no other like elements of superheroes and whatnot.
I think the same thing happened with the Invincible comics, where it like in the early Marvel and DC stuff, there isn't this whole sense of an expanded universe. But after reading DC and Marvel stuff, it's like, okay, we get it. You can have a world full of superheroes. So with Invincible, you're just jumping in the world already full of, superhero teams, and you get a sense that like it'd be like jumping into the middle of the MCU. You know?
Yeah.
It's like starting with Star Wars 4.
Yeah, why would you start with the fourth Star Wars?
Who's your guys' like favorite side character?
Side character.
I like the twins, the Mahler twins.
Yeah.
And I like Adam Eve's superpowers.
She's not a side character.
Why did Adam Eve? Why were they all just watching the fight on a TV and Adam Eve's just like go help?
Well, they immediately say this fight is completely out of our element.
They say that, but they don't even try.
You think
they shouldn't try?
Turn him into a fucking car.
Do you think if Adam Eve pulled up and tried shooting little beams at Omni-Man, he wouldn't just tear her head off? Like,
I don't know why she can't tear his head off. This is going to be a running thing, I think, for our show. I don't know, this show is why doesn't Adam Eve just use why can't she just
rearrange?
I assume he's just too strong.
Maybe his atoms are too bound together.
It'd be something like that. Like,
yeah, okay.
Well, the
whole point is that they're like
his
he says it like their DNA is perfect. Like they're untouchable. They're gods.
Well, he says that.
But it's true.
Well, he's probably. It might not be true.
I think we should do that on Earth.
It might not be true. Are you serious? Like,
what was the whole?
It fully well could be not true. There could be imperfections.
That's a terrible thing. I
mean, obviously,
of course he's gonna say that because he obviously believes it. But that's like
there's gonna be imperfections, but like everything nobody's listening to.
I know, but what I said was terrible, and the listeners are gonna hear it, so I retract.
He's like untouchable. Like nothing. We've seen nothing that really can get to him.
That laser gave him a nose.
Like it took him like a minute to cut the Immortal in half.
Right, but we don't know how far the universe goes. There could be someone who rips Omni-Man in half.
True, yeah. But they are an empire, so
Yeah, it's just there's always a bigger fish.
You know,
quote the best Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Does every like Viltrumite, like, you know, the like individual missions, do they all pretend to be like superheroes, like, oh, we're gonna save your planet or protect your planet, and then like, or was
I don't
that
think so.
Omni-Man's idea?
I assume it's because
I'm
Earth
not
has
sure.
superheroes.
Right, so he pulled it. He was like, okay, I could do this.
I'll just be one of these guys. Yeah.
That
Well,
seems
and
like the
it's a good way to
explanation for it.
like get to know Earth's defenses, right? Like he gets to know the Guardians of the Globe. He knows where to find them, where to take them out.
Yeah.
Because that's like Earth's. He said he's there to weaken the planet.
And he killed them all.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought the craziest part was, or one of the craziest parts, was when Mark punches him in the face, and you just see the shockwave, and you know he put a lot of strength into it, and then he's just standing there, just untouched. Like, no, you didn't do anything to me. It was, oh man,
Train bit.
It was
It's
terrifying.
fucking brutal.
so brutal.
There's a part where Omni-Man was like holding him, and they were like flying, and he kept like breaking, you know, getting more and more faster. I don't know, the sound waves, and it was like, and then they kept getting. It was the fucking. I love the detail. The detail in that sort of shit is insane.
It's awesome.
No, they did a great job with that show. 8 episodes. I wish it was more than 8 episodes, but
10 out of 10.
it's a good score.
Yeah, I think it's 10 out of 10.
Sebastian, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
10 out of 10.
I think there's always a
You give it a
strong
9 out of
moment.
10.
I don't know. Why do we have to rank it?
I think there's that, you know, usually every episode has to be really good, and not every episode was like the best, but I think there's a strong, really strong moment in every episode, which is why I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair.
Every episode has something like really meaningful to the plot in it,
Yeah.
and some sort of big revelation. So, you know.
I like how the U.S. government, you know, they arrested that guy that made the robots, but then now they just have him making like an army for them.
like
That's
Nazi
like
scientists,
classic U.S. government thing to do.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I enjoy the room that's full
The
of
White Room, yeah.
light you can't see because it. But why could he see Cecil
Don't think about it too much, Sebastian.
or himself? If the light, whatever.
No idea.
That's cool.
Maybe he couldn't
It was
see
still cool,
Cecil,
though.
and they just had, you know, it was just our perspective.
Seeing them bring Immortal back to life again.
Yeah.
I know that's his bit now. He's just going to come back to life and die every time.
I think it's interesting the way that Mark and his dad are a stripped down version of Superman. They don't have X-ray vision
Or
or
lasers.
frost breath or laser vision,
Yeah.
any of that. They
But
don't.
it still feels like Omni-Man would kick Superman's ass.
It kind of seems like they
I don't
can
think so.
move.
You don't think so?
I don't think
It kind of feels
Go
like
ahead,
it.
Sebastian. Sorry.
Kind of feels like they could move really fast through flight, but they don't have like the Flash super speed, you know?
Right, because Superman
Yeah.
kind of does.
Because they don't really like. There are moments where it goes to slow motion, but they're also moving slow. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I think him fighting the Guardians and when he kills Red Rush is probably the example of that.
Uh-huh.
Where it's like, he's like still faster, but he's, you know, aware enough to catch him, and he's fast enough to catch him.
Mm-hmm.
Same way in Justice League, like when he starts swinging at the Flash. Like, clearly the Flash is faster, but Superman's like aware, so
Right,
he's
yeah.
just timing it right.
And he has
And,
like
like-
the super hearing.
Yeah.
Does
exactly.
Omni-Man have super hearing?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a episode where he's like the costume maker guy's having a conversation and he's floating in the air listening to him. From
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Was he
yeah.
listening,
Way
or
up
did he just like...
I think he was. listening.
listening.
Right, okay.
The moment where Mark saves the guy in the jet, I was like, oh, that guy's dead.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy's dead as fuck.
And how he killed him, how he just popped his head
It's like,
into
see how
Mark's-
easy it is? He's like, that guy could have had a life. I was just like, jeez, it's crazy.
Do you ever have a moment?
I like the fights.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
It was important to know you like the fights.
I like the fights.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you-
Damn it, I'm
He
sorry.
said, do you ever have a
I
moment?
wanted to
Do you ever have
continue
moments
the
where
bit.
you like a TV character something and you just a TV character saying something and you really just want to like yell something at them?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
when he was giving the whole speech about like their lives are just a speck, I just wanted to be like, your life is just a
Yeah,
speck.
relative to you.
You said thousands of years. You didn't say like forever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Like we're like that's a stupid argument.
It is terrible.
Their lives are just a speck, so I'm gonna wipe them out. You know.
Yeah. Well, I guess in his eyes, he might be a speck in the grand scheme of the universe.
I kind of think it would be
But,
cool if they went into that. Like, maybe he's kind of, because he realizes that he also is just a speck, he's like kind of taking it out on them. It's like
Right.
when a bully is like getting abused at home and they take it out on somebody else.
He said by the time Mark's like 500, he'll barely look 30. Omni-Man has like gray hair. So how old is Omni-Man?
Yeah.
He's probably like 2000. That's crazy.
I think he said like when you're like 1,000, you'll barely look. When you're in like
Okay, so even
more than that.
Thanks, Sarah.
So it's crazy.
So yeah, he's old.
They all have mustaches, the Viltrumites.
Did they all have mustaches?
Except for the women. All the dudes had the same
okay.
mustache.
That's
It'd be funny if
interesting.
the women also. There was a little bit where like Omni-Man was beating up Mark and his hair kind of fell down. He looked a little bit like Hitler. It was just for like a second.
I didn't realize until I
with
saw
the
it on
hair
Reddit.
down. The mustache was kind of scrunched up.
But the moment when
I mean, he was saying some pretty Hitler-esque things.
when Omni-Man was talking about the Viltrumites, you could see out of the aliens people like getting conquered.
Yeah,
in
and
one
then
of the
later he
frames.
mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
They are kind of.
Alan the alien must be pretty strong
Yeah.
because he was kind of whipping Mark about.
Well, apparently he was the only one Omni-Man... The Omni-Man was the only person that could, like, deal with him every couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Did we know that he's the only one, or did he's just the one who was doing it?
I thought...
Because Mark went.
Well, I thought
so they sent
Cecil...
Mark.
Well, that's because Omni-Man is in the hospital, but Omni-Man said, like, usually I do it when Cecil asked Mark to do it, right?
Yeah.
Right, but he was comfortable sending Mark, so I feel like anyone of Mark's level,
Oh, okay,
because
that's
Mark's
true,
like a little
yeah.
bit probably less than Omni-Man, right? Or maybe a lot. He got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Still a Viltrumite.
Fucking punched him, and he didn't move.
His chin being split open, that was really gross.
I liked it. There's a little detail I noticed when they do the flashback to the baseball game, where he's like standing there and his arms are crossed. He's really upset, and like the wife goes to like, she's like, "Come on!" And she like pulls him, and he just doesn't move at all.
Yeah, of course.
Which is probably cheap animation, like, but it's still just a cool idea that like you fucking can't move that
Like how
guy.
seeing his fucked up teeth and then realizing that he had the gap in the teeth as a kid was like what got him.
Yeah, that was a cool detail.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking fixed point, you know.
Yeah, he's an
You just
immovable
can't-
object.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Do you
Punched
think the
him
next time
through a
Immortal's gonna wake up, he's gonna go, "Where's Omni-Man?" and then shoot off?
Just his catchphrase now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll probably let him in on the fact that he's gone, Yeah.
Good old Omni-Man.
That was one of the coolest, just 5 seconds of character development for the Immortal in the last episode, just showing him, through the ages. I was like, wow, this character is, really cool. And, we barely know anything about him.
Right, yeah.
They did a really good job of getting you into a character in a matter of, 10 seconds. And he'd already died, and then he died again, and I'm still interested in what his, story is.
Yeah, was he Abraham Lincoln or was he
John Wilkes Booth.
Booth? We still haven't.
Still
Don't
checked.
know. Still haven't checked.
At some point, he was like a knight. Was he like King Arthur? Was that what they were going for?
I don't know. He was a barbarian at one point.
It wouldn't be
too.
such a huge surprise if he was John Wilkes Booth.
It would have made
he's
more
very
sense.
old.
Yeah.
He might have some very old views. He's not the guy you'd expect to be
Racist.
super progressive. He's a fucking caveman.
That's true. Didn't think about it.
Okay, so the when he was getting revived, there was a part. It was like this other realm, and he was like he sort of looked like Conan the Barbarian,
Yeah.
and he was reaching to
The portal or whatever?
Yeah, is that like his? I guess that's his thing, right? That's his superpower.
I wasn't sure if that was a portal or if that's just him getting his powers from
Oh,
some kind
I
of
see.
weird thing he found as a caveman.
Right. Okay.
That's how there's a character in DC Comics. I think is it Vandal Savage. Do you guys know who that is?
I think so.
Vaguely.
He it's a similar thing. He's like a caveman, and there's a meteor, and he touches it, and then he becomes immortal.
Right. I
So
see.
now he's in the modern day. Real interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Great job, Sebastian.
Great job,
You
Sebastian.
did it again.
All right. Highly recommend the show for you listeners. I hope you've been watching it. And if you haven't, I'm sorry we spoiled, but this is what you signed up for, you know?
If you haven't, why are you still listening to this?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, why are you listening to this at all, really?
Yeah.
This is a terrible
Yeah.
podcast.
Can we talk about that?
That's also true.
Why would you listen to this?
We could shout out some more people that listen to this
Oh, okay.
and question them.
Okay.
Let's think.
I think Brandon listens to this.
Brandon, yeah.
What the hell's
Brandon.
your
Does he?
deal?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why would he listen to
Will?
this?
Why'd you do that, Brandon?
Why would you do that? Does
Why
Nate
would
listen?
you do that?
No.
Nate doesn't. Good. Good for him.
He won't even be listening when he shows up.
Yeah.
Johnny occasionally listens.
He'll have his ears closed.
Maybe. Who knows? Fuck that guy.
Tammy, you listen?
Yeah,
Why do you,
fuck
who are
that
these
guy.
people? Why do you listen to our
You called,
podcast?
you called her out last week, didn't you?
No, I called it Tommy last week.
If you listen to this
Tommy.
podcast, fuck you.
Yeah. Woo! Oh,
High five moment.
Easton texted me the other day, and he was like, "Am I the Ryan you guys are talking about?" And I was like, "Yeah." So,
I'll get him.
Nate's here.
I got him.
Are you guys both gonna go?
You fuck. You fuck.
Why are any of you listening to this podcast? Sebastian's gone. Now we could talk shit about it.
Back to the original duo, like we've always wanted. It's a good bit. Flip flop back and forth.
On whether or not we actually want Sebastian in this podcast.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, yeah.
And whether or not I'm replacing you as the co-host.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
We're back to the original bit. I got somebody waiting in the wings. He's outside getting his friend. They'll replace you at a moment's notice.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to take a week off. Wow, there's a fucking little buggy in
A
here.
what?
A week off. Oh, I didn't.
A week off. You fuck. Careful now, bud.
I touched it with my finger. I tried catching a bug and I hit Garrett's car.
On my car.
Garrett's fucking dad's car. But I didn't catch the bug either. That poor bastard. Got away. Not that lucky bastard. What do you do this week?
What do I do this
What
week?
did you do this week?
I worked.
You just worked?
Yeah. I decided to not go to work on Sunday, which felt pretty good.
Does that mean you have to work on Wednesday, though?
Yeah, but so the next day I woke up and one of my coworkers texted me that they wanted their shift like switch with mine for Wednesday.
Right, right.
So I didn't have to work again. So I just had 3 straight days to chill.
Damn, you lucky
Felt
bastard.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
I've just been watching television.
TV. What have you been watching?
Started watching New Girl.
How's that?
It's really good.
I've heard good things about it.
It's hilarious. It's like really, really funny.
Really? That's good.
Yeah.
I've just been still watching The Sopranos.
Yeah. I need to get on once I finish this, which I'm like on the second to last season. I've been watching it nonstop. I'll probably start The Sopranos.
You're gonna
yeah.
like The Sopranos.
I've been sprinkling a little Curb in between.
Curb is
too.
great, too,
In-
yeah.
In between of what I watch.
Have you watched it before? No, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm still in the like first season,
Oh, okay.
but I just sprinkle episodes here and there. It's so hard to watch it though, because it's like
It's so cringe.
yes,
It's like it's very hard to.
it's
to
so
watch.
like everything Larry
it's so-
does. I'm
so-
just like, oh my
Seb
god,
knows all about
why?
Curb.
Why?
Yeah, it's some of the stuff Larry does, and it's all. But the thing is like, I have to like when I'm watching it, if it's like really bad.
Hey, it's like Michael Scott times like 5.
We're talking about Curb and how sometimes it's.
couch?
Yeah, you
The
sit down,
casting
Nate.
couch, yeah.
You could say hi.
Howdy.
Yeah,
We can
If you'd
share.
like, you could
a
say it
mic
into
if
the
you wanna
mic,
say
or-
things.
yeah.
You won't have headphones.
We're talking about how Curb is like sometimes pretty hard to watch because it's like very awkward
Not
and
not
shit.
due to its quality, but just Larry and everything he does. It's very hard to watch him just do things because he's just, you know, the things he does are cringe-inducing. You know, but he's sometimes
You
he's
guys
right.
looking at me?
Well, you watch Curb.
Yeah,
we
I just wanted
just
your
talking.
opinion.
But we wanted your
Oh.
stance on this.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It's a good show. It's still a
great,
funny
yeah.
show. Funny show on TV.
Fuck off.
Dude, come on, man. Jeez. Come on.
Jeez, man.
I like it.
Don't
I
be
sometimes
so
feel like a
hostile.
Larry David myself.
Me too.
And I was, you know what is interesting relating to this? I watched an interview with Jason Alexander this week, and he was talking about how he, for like the first 10 episodes of Seinfeld, he like was just playing, he was kind of just playing George as like kind of his own take on George, and then like he saw a script, and he was like, this situation's ridiculous. No one would react this way if this happened, and he went to Larry David, and he was like, hey, this wouldn't, no real person would like say this. And Larry was like, what are you talking about? That happened to me.
Yeah.
And he realized that George is kind of a Larry David putting himself in the script, so he started doing an intentional impression of
Which
Larry
made
David.
the character a lot better.
It's great. The clip of the meeting between Jason Alexander and Larry David, where it's
Yeah.
a meeting about the meeting.
Yeah, and he's like,
so
you
yeah.
come back out here tomorrow. And he's like, ah.
Yeah,
It's like, come to my office, yada, yada. And they're like, this is not the meeting. This is not the meeting.
What do you mean this isn't a meeting?
Yeah, no, that was good.
It's so funny.
Such a good show.
Oh, man.
Nate, you know what I was doing earlier for this podcast? It's pretty funny.
Are you gonna do it again now?
Well, I got to show him.
You don't have to. You could just describe to what to you.
I could, I guess.
He was just playing like
Whale sounds.
rainforest sounds,
Rainforest
just
sounds.
ruining the audio.
He's doing a bit that he was asleep. It was a whole thing.
What you got in that?
Red Bull.
Oh, nice.
Red Bull.
You got the soundboard over here.
Oh, we should get
So
a soundboard.
relaxing now?
Press little buttons. It's like boop boop. You know, that's one of the sounds.
I agree.
Bazinga, yeah, we get Bazinga on there.
Yeah, Bazinga. What do you
Okay,
think of Invincible?
Grab the
Pretty
mic.
good.
Put you,
Go
let's
ahead
get,
and talk into it.
I binged it pretty quickly.
Here, face it towards you.
Towards myself.
No, the other way, sorry.
yeah, there you go.
Right, okay. I binged it pretty quickly. I got just about all the way up to episode 7 in one day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'd already had the ending of episode 1 spoiled to me. Like I saw it in like a YouTube clip or something.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter before I watched the show as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I think that's what got me into it.
Yeah.
Like I saw that and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like this isn't Justice League, but it's kind of like a similar art style. I think that's what appealed to me also. It seems like kind of reminded me of Ben 10, that kind of art style.
A little bit, yeah.
Like kind of overused, but in a different kind
it
of
is the same
context.
animation studio as Justice League.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. All the DC animated stuff, same studio
That's
that they
pretty cool.
hired.
It's good to have that kind of uniform style.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of some people didn't like it apparently on the internet, but those people are wrong.
The internet always has people. Some people don't like the Lord of the Rings trilogy or like actual good things on the internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't
appeal to
please
everyone.
everyone.
Have you watched the finale yet?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
So I kind of thought, the ending would be him fighting his dad. I kind of liked where they went with it. He didn't really have a resolution. He kind of appealed to his humanity and just kind of bailed.
Yeah.
Which
Didn't
made
put up much of a fight.
No, not
Oh yeah, he
really.
would have just died if he kept trying. Yeah.
It's so funny though. They're like, hell of a thing you did, son. It's like,
Yeah.
he did do the thing that caused him to leave, but like he also just got the shit beat out of him. Like,
That was kind of rough to watch.
yeah,
There was a part towards the end when Mark's just kind of laying there and he's like all beat and he's just wheezing, and the dad's like thinking about an old baseball game they had.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
I kind of related to that, just playing baseball with my dad.
Yeah.
When your dad beat the shit out
When
of
he
you.
running into a mountain. That was a rough time.
And then he
Really
flew
kinda-
away into space. Yeah.
Just a real flood of memories. Yeah.
I think the best thing about all of that is that like, thing isn't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
tie in the screws.
Nate, I
Nice
gotta say,
soundtrack.
listening to your voice come through these headphones is very soothing. I feel like you could do like,
ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've really got the clicks and the
yeah.
But yeah,
noises.
I like that the thing we find out about like what makes Mark like a great hero or what's gonna make him a great hero is the fact that like he wasn't gonna give up. He was on the ground saying like, "I'll stop you anyways," like literally dying. Like his dad was just about to kill him. And he's like, "I'm gonna stop you anyways." It's just like he won't give up. Like
You gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Gotta respect the grind.
it's like even though he's just completely like broken and shattered, most people wouldn't call that a victory. He still found like the thing that makes him a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally plays into the name Invincible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very good. All the thematic stuff, tying it together. They did a great job.
You know how the title card, like he'll say like, "But I'm invincible," and then
Yeah.
it pops up. I didn't really notice, but like, that's they like a blood splatter that's
Yeah.
like adding on every time.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of like a different one the second time, but it's just getting more and more bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final one
Kind of
was
like the
just
show. Yeah.
like
Covered in blood, yeah.
just like an ocean of blood. I was, oh shit, this is for real.
Good stuff. Good show.
Good show.
Jolly good show.
I don't know if it's already been mentioned, but there's some scenes that turned me on quite a bit.
Oh,
It has been
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah, it has been mentioned by.
Sebastian.
Yeah, what-
Sebastian's-
like what?
I gotta
When that kaiju came out.
ooh, tentacles. That wasn't like in my top 5. I wouldn't say.
Oh, okay.
I really liked when
What's for me?
Duplicate was in the shower with Alexis blood, and then all 3 of them came out. That was kind of hot.
That is kind of odd. Yeah.
The little shriveled fetus that was robot.
Robot? No, that was no.
Yeah, that was. Whew.
I also
me
Adam
out.
Eve,
Yeah.
just
You
a,
and Seb.
just a terribly scampy outfit,
Yeah,
but she made it herself. So
She really is just like naked, and then like different parts of her body are colored differently. There's no.
yeah. Also, like, what if she were to
No, we're like,
pass out and no longer has her powers, but she just not be wearing any uniform, any sort of clothing?
I don't think that's
Oh.
how
Is
that
it
works.
permanent?
No.
Well,
they're-
we
they're
can
like
only
matter.
speculate about what that would be like in our heads.
Right. I'm sure we all have.
Yeah,
She's trying
nice,
really
nice,
hard right now.
Sebastian.
No, I'm not.
Very good.
You shut your eyes and had a
Very
really
good.
No, I
intense
didn't.
look. I like how
I'm looking
she
at a
was.
book of poetry right now. I'm not.
They were sitting in the restaurant. It was Eve, Will, and Amber, and she was like, I'm the pink one, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's like she literally has the power to rearrange matter. Like you would know about somebody that could fucking do
Yeah.
that.
No, but it's funny because they talk about it in early episodes how like people are like talking about like Teen Team and they're like, oh, it's like the 3rd one. Nobody really cares about
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's why they don't know who she is because she's not like a guardian of the globe or whatever.
I think they
pretty
mentioned the Lizard League
Yeah.
as like a group of villains a couple times.
I want to see what
I
those.
can't
guys
wait
are
to see
about.
those guys.
Yeah.
You think
I
there's
thought-
like a big snake man?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's just gonna be a big lizard guy.
Oh man.
Or there's like a league of them.
Yeah, there's
league of
different
big lizard
reptiles.
guys, yeah.
It'd be like a frog guy and like a big snake. No,
Frogs
like
aren't reptiles, ain't
Like minor league and major
what
league?
are they then? Oh, they're amphibians.
Amphibians.
That's right.
I think the cool thing that restaurant
you.
scene when Mark leaves and you hear like the sound wave because he
That's
just
cool.
took off.
Oh yeah.
They're like the only ones that noticed that though.
Yeah, you would notice.
Like,
that as-
nobody, like,
well, all the
walked
windows
out-
would shatter.
Nobody saw the
realistically.
guy that walked outside and flew away and was like, huh, I wonder who that guy is. Like,
What's the name on the receipt right there?
yeah.
I think it's weird that Eve doesn't wear any kind of mask at all, like, or disguise.
Well, neither
Like,
does
she could
Omni
probably-
Man.
Yeah, but she could probably literally like change her face to look like a different person if she wanted to. But it's just her regular face.
Yeah. I think they made a couple jokes about that.
Yeah.
Where like they'd reveal the identity and be like, "Oh, I totally see it now.
Yeah.
How did I not catch
I
that?"
love the bit in the last, not the one that just came out, the one before that, episode 7, where he's like, "I'm invincible," and Amber's like, "I fucking know."
Yeah, that was good. But why was she mad? Like, she still got mad at him for like saving their lives. Like that was stupid.
I kind of understood her point of view, where she's probably like waiting for him to tell her,
That's
but he
dumb.
just kept like hiding it from her, and so she was.
They-
like,
they had
that's
just-
that's the reason why.
They had just started dating, and like being a superhero and your secret identity is like a very important factor. So the fact that she expected that from him is a little
Well, and
stupid.
it's weird that like she did know he was invincible, so presumably she understood that he was like
Yeah.
being late because he was out like saving the world, and she was still like, "Why are you late? Are
Yeah.
you gonna stop being late, Mark?"
Well, she says it's because he kept lying.
Yeah,
Like, that's the reason. No, it's a stupid reason. I
Yeah.
agree,
Yeah.
but that's
But if she knew, like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like it.
Yeah, like Omni-Man only told one person, his wife,
yeah.
yeah.
and like they've only been dating for like not even a full year, a couple months. She's not that important.
I like to call him Omni-Man.
That's good. Man. Well,
Is that enough Invincible talk? We cover it.
yeah, we loop back around just to get Nate's
Can we
opinion.
get to the
Yeah.
real podcast now?
What's the real
yeah,
podcast?
do you think Adam Eve could just turn Omni-Man into a baby? with her powers.
we talked about this.
Omni baby.
There's a thing. Garrett sent the Reddit post the other day where she turns him into a car, and he's like, "Why'd you turn me into a car?" Like,
Eve, what the fuck did you do to me? He's a car.
I enjoyed that the whole episode he had the red eyes.
oh yeah.
And maybe if you were starting with this one, you'd just be like, this guy's stoned as hell, man.
Why didn't Mark go for the eyes?
I think his eyes are probably just as indestructible as the rest of him.
But they look pretty hurt. Like if you give them a good squeeze, they'd
Well,
pop
but
or something.
If you squeeze a human's eyes like that, they wouldn't be red. They'd be like, I think them just being a little red. That's like what happens when shampoo gets in your eyes. You know, that's nothing. The eyes being red.
Right. But do you think like?
You can still see
But that's because the
them.
immortal is Mark stronger than the immortal?
I would assume that Mark
In the long run, probably.
At his
Like
full potential?
long term, yes.
is, yeah.
But right now, I think he's probably stronger.
I don't know. We haven't seen the Invincible do anything other than get murdered. I don't know. He might be really weak.
Right,
The
that's
immortal?
true.
The Immortal. What did I say?
You said the
Invincible.
invincible.
The Invincible.
I mean, we've also only seen him get his ass
Well,
kicked.
the thing about the immortal is that he's like
immortal,
he's done damage. No, he's the immortal.
but he is also immortal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's this thing.
yeah.
There's a cool scene where
What are
he's
you saying?
he's like a Scottish warrior.
You said his thing.
He's walking up to that portal.
We're talking about that?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah,
That's like got to be his origin story, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
where he was Conan the Barbarian or whatever. And
It's Conan O'Brien.
yeah, he was
William
Conan
the
O'Brien.
Barbarian.
And what I was gonna say though is that he and War Woman like at least made him bleed. And in the last episode,
They made him bleed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they knocked him around a bit.
yeah, and
the
in the
first
last
episode?
episode when he's fighting him,
Yeah.
he does get in a good couple punches that make him bleed again. I imagine his body's
I remember him bleeding.
I don't know.
But,
His body probably isn't. I mean, we know that his body isn't as. It's more destructible than Mark's, just because Mark's a Viltrumite, and Immortal is presumably human with
I kind of.
certain powers.
You think?
I don't think they'll do anything with it more. I
just
kind
got
of think it'll
cut
just be
in
a
half.
running joke.
Yeah, that he just keeps dying.
That's what I think. So, yeah.
Do you think like Mark could just have like kids with another human and then just have like a little Viltrumite army so that when the real Viltrumites pull up, like they have something?
That's the plan.
I mean,
Mark, you gotta fuck as much as possible
Yeah.
before your dad comes back.
I mean, tell me that's a good idea.
When Alan the Alien was like, we had to have breeding camps to keep our species alive, I was like, nice.
Thanks. Okay, but like, all right, what if? What if Mark? Okay, what if like
Sign me up.
what parts of the superhero's like DNA? You know, it like hypothetically, if like Mark and like Duplicate had a kid, would they be like a Viltrumite that could also duplicate? Like that'd be crazy,
Cool.
That's what I've been wondering.
right? Or like Adam Eve, like how'd she get her powers? Her parents are like normal people.
Yeah.
Did she like eat some uranium or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Eat some uranium.
She's Adam Eve, you know.
Cancer man.
Yeah.
There's a scene where it's like the security guard and his son when they're in London.
Yeah.
And the son's like grave digging. He's digging up Immortal's body.
Yeah.
And he's like, if we grab the skull and we drink out of it, we get his powers. And then like right behind him is the Mahler twins.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen like if they got the skull and drank.
Drink? Would they have? Because yeah, that's a good.
I saw it on Reddit, man.
Yeah, that was the best.
I think it'd be funny if that's just not true.
I wonder where they're going with that because his dad is played by John Hamm.
Oh,
Like that's a pretty big name. Like, where is that going? I don't know. Maybe John Hamm's gonna get powers, and he's just like some dude, or his son is gonna get powers.
He's just some dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. They're only in like 3 episodes. That duo.
You know, Cecil never used the teleporter in the last episode
Why can't they teleport Omni-Man into...
because he has to be wearing one of those straps.
Oh.
But I was thinking about it too. They could just teleport him in the sun. Would that kill him?
Could teleport him into a room that's one of the all-white room.
He'd probably just fly up and then break out of it.
Yeah, I guess. But that technique worked on Mark, right? He couldn't see the light, so maybe... And you assume that Omni-Man maybe has had a glass of tap water.
maybe. Yeah.
No, but like if he's like, okay, I'm trapped in this room and I don't know which way to go, I'll just go up, and then eventually I'll fly out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe not a room. Maybe you put him in a big ball full of that light. I don't know, and it like moves with him. Maybe it's like a drone ball, so every time he moves, it goes with him, and he's just flying around out in space, and he just thinks he's in a white void.
Okay, that's too advanced though.
I don't know, just a big drone ball doesn't seem that hard.
You should get on the phone.
Hashtag drone ball. If you're listening to this,
Call the GDA hotline and let them know.
tweet at the show
Hashtag drone ball.
at empty heads full butts on Twitter.
At
Nice
empty
one.
heads full butts.
Is that taken?
I don't.
We don't have an Empty Heads
We don't have
Twitter.
an Empty Heads
We just
Twitter.
have Eamon.
It's just my Twitter that does all the Twitter.
Okay, tweet at Eamon. What is it? Full butts.
No.
If your butt is full,
And your head is empty.
Let Eamon know about
Yeah, be sure to at me and let me know all about it.
One Real Eamon.
Yeah, that is my Twitter handle. Yeah.
At One Real Eamon. Of course, there's many Eamons in the world, so
But I'm the only real one.
you're the only real one, though.
If you Google Amen, the number one result is like this terrorist leader.
yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
like this
I watched a documentary about that guy, and I was like,
Hezbollah
hey, I
leader.
know a guy named Eamon.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible.
I texted you about it.
Yep.
Terrorist.
It's like your name is Adolf.
Is that enough Invincible? I got an anecdote from
Well,
today.
so we're at 50 minutes. We've talked about Invincible for like 45 minutes, so I think that's enough.
That's enough.
What's your anecdote?
So I work at this juice place now, and today like this couple came in who was like the healthiest looking couple I've ever seen in my life, like almost too healthy. Like it was a little bit gross. The dude was like fucking shredded and like really veiny and roided out, and the woman had like it looked like a lot of plastic surgery.
This does not sound healthy.
No, they looked like not very healthy, but like very into fitness and health.
Oh, I see,
Right.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know what the word for that would be, but like, and she was an Asian woman. She had kind of darker skin, but she had like blue eyes, and I thought maybe they might be contacts. It was just weird. They looked like fake people. And they come up to the register where I'm working, and I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going? What can I get you?" And they're like, "Your website is not working. We tried to order on the website, and it's like not working." And they like show me on their phone, and I was like,
They wanted you to fix it.
I'm not the website guy. I'm a fucking Luddite. I don't know what to tell you guys. And you're in the store right now. What do you...
Just order now.
Like, it's just funny to me. They got on the website at home, and they like, it's not working. I guess we'll go there.
To complain to you, that like the
Tell
cashier.
Yeah. No, I'll get that phone call like once or twice like a month
Yeah.
at the store, and they're like, "Yeah, your website, it's just like it's not working. I can't place my order." And it's like, I don't. What do you want me to do about it? I
Yeah.
work
It's a good
at the
thing-
store. I'm not an IT guy. Like,
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
the-
say, it's a good thing you came to me, the IT guy, who also works behind the cash register.
and delivers
Yeah.
your pizza.
I don't know how
do all
people
three.
think that, like, cashiers or whatever. Like, if you go to Target and you're like, dude, I couldn't order this thing off your website. Like, what the fuck are they
Well,
gonna
they
do
have
for
a
you?
section of the store for that. You go to customer support.
Right, yeah, but
But,
like,
like,
a regular
If
cashier.
you're at the
Yeah.
register, what are you telling that guy for? Go to
Yeah.
customer support.
It's like, I just fucking make juice, man. Like,
Yeah.
just order your juice. I just,
What juice did they order?
they ordered like a whole bunch of shit, like a pizza and stuff.
Pizza
You guys make
juice.
pizza?
We make it all.
You make pizza juice?
So yeah, pizza juice.
Wow.
Another guy came in and he was like, "Hey, what's the difference between like the half size and the full size pizza?" And I was like, "Well, the full's about twice as big as the half."
That guy's an idiot.
Was he just like, oh, okay.
No, he thought it was funny. He was
Oh,
like,
okay.
he was like, "Oh, you must go to these colleges over here." And I was like,
What?
You know it.
I didn't want to like correct him. I was just like, "Yeah."
Oh, a scholarly man.
Yeah.
Clever boy, are you in university?
He's got an
You know that two halves make one full? Clever boy.
Oh, good show, young lad. And it's funny because he also was like, "And where do I give you a tip?" And then it was like after I'd put in his order, so I was like,
Was he an older gentleman?
Kind of reminds me
yeah,
of
he was
that
an older gentleman.
that one lady. I don't know if
Don't
you
worry
were.
about it.
We
Don't
saw
say
at the chicken place
The chicken place.
in the village. That used to be the chicken place. It changes all the time.
yeah, that place.
There's like an old lady who was like wearing a tie-dye shirt. She was like 60s or 70s, just like clearly high as fuck or something. There's something going
remember
on, and
this,
she's
yeah.
just talking to me and Eamon about college and whatnot.
It was
It's
the
like
weirdest conversation.
Clearly, just this old ass hippie, just high out of mind, having a very weird conversation with Eamon and I. So that's kind of what that reminds me of.
You remind me, that chicken place had like a jar of jelly beans, and it was like, guess how many are in here. So I wrote 420 on the thing, and I wrote my number, and I won a free chicken meal because of that. Yeah,
A free chicken meal.
free
So is
chicken
this
meal.
Chicken place by the Blaze Pizza.
No,
No,
it
this
was by
was-
the. You know where Dr. Grubbs is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's like that restaurant that like changes.
That
Now it's
place
like
on
a
the corner that keeps changing.
yeah. Now it's like a hot dog place.
Yeah, it was a
At one
donut
point, it was a
place.
donut.
Yeah, it was a
place.
donut place. Yeah.
Wait, the corner of like.
It's like
King
it's like a
Kong Sushi?
little.
That corner.
Bonita.
Yeah, the
But
like-
a little bit further.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see. This used to be La Olla. That one.
It was next.
it's
to
across the
La
street from
Or in
Rhino.
between La Olla. Okay.
Olla also changes.
Yeah.
It's across the street from Rhino. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I see, I see.
places and restaurants.
There's a really good Indian place that used to be over there.
Mm,
Yeah,
is that not still there anymore?
No, that shut down in like middle school, I think.
Damn.
It was a real shame.
Ah, the passage of time.
Yeah.
We're just a speck, you know, compared to the rest of the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to Omni-Man.
Yeah.
I pulled up to Quest the other week. Welcome to my comic book corner, and I bought Batman Hush
Oh yeah.
and Night of Owls, which is like
Oh, that's a good
the
comic, I
first
read that.
like New 52 run or whatever for Batman, and I'm still finishing the Kick-Ass volumes. All very good stuff. And then my
You lent me
Invincible
Night of
comics come next week.
Oh, nice.
Like May 6th, I think.
Like freshman or sophomore year, you lent me the Batman, the Night of Owls, or the Court of Owls.
Did you give it back?
I did. I gave all of them back
Good.
to you. Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're great comics.
I was trying to find.
Then we're good.
I was trying to find a Marvel book to buy, but like every time I go there, I just find like a Batman story
Yeah, those are usually.
because the Batman stories are obviously the best. And I was like looking through all the Marvel shit. I was like, which one's like good? Like everybody knows all the good like Batman ones, but I don't know any specific like Captain America or Iron Man or any of the like stories.
Why don't you get the one where Captain America is a Hydra?
I heard that one sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good reason.
Get the one where he's a zombie.
I don't know. About
Marvel Zombies,
Marvel Zombies.
also Robert Kirkman.
Get the one where he's. Did you just summon that?
It was in his pocket.
Pulled it out of thin air.
You're Adam Eve.
Those viewers.
Yeah,
who don't know,
and I was like,
Are you
I
showing
could.
the microphone what it
and
is?
give the sounds.
Could
I
you
was
like
like-
crack it open right next
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the mic?
dude.
I was close to buying the Infinity Saga.
Red Bull. Red Bull, mostly blue.
It gives you wings. Isn't that the
Yeah.
line?
It's not. It's not. It's mostly.
Well, it is. The can is mostly blue. Just saying.
Ooh.
And I've said this before,
That's
but
two can openings.
don't
this
you think a
episode.
Red Bull would have a lot of self-esteem problems?
Wait, the pour.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Because they don't like red.
Oh, right. You're right.
Makes
You're
them
just
mad.
talking right over the board, dude.
Oh.
I was close to buying the Infinity Saga,
Do you like eating wings?
but
because Red
it's
Bull
kind
will
of
give you
old, so I
wings.
was like, I don't know. Is this like an 80s run? I'm not sure if I want it or not.
I
But
like how
buy it at some
Thanos looks
point.
in the Infinity Saga. He looks a little
Cheers.
goofy.
He does look a little goofy.
Cheers. Drink it up. Sip it up. Slurp it down. Delicious.
Can I see the can?
This can,
I won't drink out of it.
I suppose.
Red Bull gives you wings.
With taurine.
Do diabetes.
Lightly carbonated.
I think that was it's a contested. You know, it's how do I say this?
This one will give you testicular
Taurine
cancer.
is it's a bad one. You know?
Mm.
It's one people look out for.
That's why they have to put it on the...
That's why they got to tell you.
It's like when In-N-Out puts the Bible verse on the outside.
They gotta warn you about
they're
it.
like,
Yeah.
Warning, there's Jesus in here.
This is a Jesus burger. Warning. Yeah.
You know, it would be funny if someone, like, this could be like a Borat bit, like any kind of person who doesn't have, like, a good sense of American culture. If, like, a really religious person were to be like, Jesus is inside you, and they're like, get him out!
Nice,
Get it out of me!
Nice Borat bit, dude.
He's
write-
inside
you should
of
write
me,
the next
Jesus. What is? I guess.
Get it out!
I guess Borat is like non-religious because he's like.
It's
Whatever.
like
Former Soviet Union.
anti-Jew.
The
Former
Running of the
Soviet.
Jew. That's a good movie. If you've never seen Borat or the second one, watch those. Those are good movies.
I saw the first one.
Nate, you got a Borat? Not a Borat.
The moment
you got a
in
movie right?
Borat, the moment in Borat 2 when he's like, "Why don't I just bring my producer?" and he's like, "You're sitting on it."
Oh yeah, that one's really good.
It's a chair made out of his producer.
I've been watching a lot of the Ali G show, which is,
What
I
is
think,
that?
the origin of the Borat character.
Oh really?
It's like every episode there's
It's his first thing, right?
a Borat segment.
Oh.
And there's also like a Bruno character. on the show?
I haven't seen Bruno.
We should watch some Ali G show.
I think you've showed me a
I've
certain
showed
clip or
Nate,
two
yeah.
that I find appealing. Very comedically humorous.
Comedically humorous.
The Michael Scott line, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, a couple of those.
Nice.
I think
I think we're done.
that's a wrap.
We're at 59 minutes.
Thanks, folks. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Thanks,
course.
Nate, for showing up.
Thanks, Nate, for showing up.
Yeah, maybe I'll make a real debut sometime.
Debut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
have
sure.
you on officially.
We'll
So
have you
should I
on-
not mention that you're in this episode in the title?
Yeah, it should be.
You know what? Dealer's choice. Give me the chef special.
We'll let you on for the Lord of the Rings episode
Ooh,
when
yes,
the show
please.
comes out, whenever that is.
And I'll skip that one.
We'll probably let you on before that. If anything.
All right, folks. Catch you later. Fuck off.